We're going to be talking about the Omo Offa projects created by engineer Kola Balogun. The project was created to unite and empower all of our indigents for the growth and development of the community. Now, its mission is to build a connected and prosperous Offa where every indigent is recognized and can actively contribute to its shared future. Now, I really don't know how many people live in Offa or how many people come from Offa, but getting everybody, that's a Herculean task.
Well, it's a project.
It's a project anyway. And we have in the studios with us this morning Air Vice Marshal AbdulGaniyu, Olabisi retired, the Vice Chairman and Member Board of Trustees of the project. And we also have Dr. Taofeeq, Olatinwo, Board of Trustees, member of the Omo Offa project. So of course, we also have people joining us virtually. We'll get to them when they do. So gentlemen, thank you so much for being a part of this wonderful project and for coming to share it with us in the studio. Let me start with you to my left, right. Right, so tell us, what is this project all about? Why was it created? You know, I did an intro to say why, but give us a bigger picture of why it was necessary.
Thank you very much, madam, for having us in your studio this morning. Today we live in a digital world, and the increasing use of the internet continues to shape the technological landscape. As we continue to witness these changes in technology, it is important that communities respond appropriately to keep pace with development. This was the reason why our community leaders some few years back came up with a vision that by the year 2030, Offa will be a digital city. It is in furtherance of this vision that we started the Omo Offa project under the leadership of engineer Dr. Kola Balogun. The Omo Offa project is a community-based initiative to establish a population database that will enable every member of the community to have a unique digital identification. Since development is about people, we believe having a robust population database will enable us to have targeted intervention in terms of infrastructural development and provision of social services, that is talking about education, healthcare, and other welfare means. So that is the idea behind it. Now, to establish the database itself, we are partnering with the National Identification Management Commission, because nobody will be given this digital identification without having the national identification number. We don't want to have any conflict with the National Identification Management Commission because they hold all the data for the nation. So what we are doing now is to access their platform, get as the primary source of our data. So anybody that is already on the NIPSI platform is already qualified to get that digital identification. That is not the only way we are partnering with them. We are also going to be an enrollment center. Our secretariat is going to be an enrollment center for people who are yet to be captured, so that we enroll them in our secretariat and forward their information to the National Identification Management Commission, so that we can capture the entire population of the community, because there are people who somehow have not been able to be registered on that platform up till now. So essentially, this is exactly what we are trying to do. Our mandate is to provide a data-driven decision-making platform for the administration of our local government.
Okay. We have a couple of other people. I'll come to you in a moment, Dr. Olatinwo. But we have a couple of other guests joining us on the virtual space, but we'll be bringing them up in a moment. Now, for you, Dr. Olatinwo, who are the stakeholders of this project? Do you have any form of agreement with them?
Yeah, thank you very much. When we're going to start the project, we recognized that this is for the entire community, both for the citizens and the residents of Offa. So the first thing we did was to have a stakeholders consensus agreement. And the agreement, we approached the KBC of Offa, or the Olabisi of Offa, who is the overall paramount leader for Offa, as well as the high chiefs. They are the ones that sign off as the district heads. We approached the Offa Descendant Senior President, representing all the Offa indigenes, home and in the diaspora. We also approached the chairman of a local government. They have the legislative capacity to ensure that this moves on very smoothly, as well as all the ICYMI of and other chiefs in Offa and the community leaders. And they all signed to this agreement to say, yes, this is the way forward in support of the Omo Offa mandate that the KBC said, like Evian mentioned earlier on, to make Offa as a smart city by 2030. And this is actually right on the back of Offa being a self-help community. We established Offa Grammar School, the first community secondary school in the 40s in northern Nigeria, as well as the first innovation hub that is owned by the community, also from Offa. And this is kind of, people understand the terrain. They understand what it means to be innovative. They understand what it means to be the trailblazer, and that's what we've been able to achieve. And just 2 days ago, the bill was passed in the legislative arm of a local government to move ahead with this, and it's part of the bill to say that before you even get the certificate of citizenship or maybe the resident of Offa, you have to register under this platform. Okay. So these are the things that we've been able to cover. And all the stakeholders, they are on board. There
are quite a number of that. There is a critical stakeholder that you have not mentioned, and I'll get back to it. I'll get to it. Maybe I'll take that up with Professor Engineer Nazmat Surajudeen-Bakinde, who is the Secretary General and a member of the Board of Trustees of Omo Offa project. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Prof.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Okay, by the way, let me quickly also recognize that we have Alhaji Fatai Olabi, who is Director General and Board Member as well. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Television, thank you.
Yeah. So, Prof, let me start with you. I was just asking Dr. Olatinwo about the stakeholders, and I said to him, rather, on behalf of that particular demography, I'm attacking him and saying that he has not carried the young people along by not calling us stakeholders. I like you to speak to that. How are we getting them on board? Because when we are talking about the digital space, that is their play field. We are immigrants into it. They are natives. The digital natives they are. So how are we, factoring in the young generation, particularly the young indigenes of Offa or residents on this project?
All indigenes are carried along, indigenes and residents of Offa. When this project started, as was introduced by the moderator, by Engineer Kola Balogun, we tried to key into this autonomy that was granted to all of our local governments in Nigeria. And we want to ensure that we are able to digitalize our data. Because the local governments have been hindered by so many challenges, inefficiencies, and inadequacies. But when you have a digital platform where we can have all our data, information, and decisions are taken based on real-time data, it enhances, improves public services, and it promotes governance at the local government level. For the youth, they are carried along. We have our Student Union, which is the body for all students within Offa, both home and abroad, just like we have Offa Descendant Union for all adults, home and abroad. All those people are stakeholders, and there was what we called elite consensus that was signed at the initial stage of this project. It started with the Olabisi of Offa and his high chief councils, and then the local government authority itself, and then the executives of our descendant union were carried along. So also were the of our student union, because we know we cannot do this without them. They carried along. We are working together. We have them on our team. Thank you.
Thank you. Alhaji Olabi, you are the Director General, pretty much saying that you are the one that runs the show. What's been the acceptance? Because, you know, initiatives, especially the ones that are new, that are innovative, there are those who, their natural default position will be to resist and say, what's this, where is this going, and all of that. What's been the trajectory for you as concerning how what the takeoff has been? How is it being accepted by everyone in the community? What's been the reception like?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Channel Television. Let me first of all give kudos to Channel Television for promoting innovation and community development. We are proud to have your support for introducing this Omo Offa project. As a matter of fact, I think at the end of the day, Channel Television will be giving an international award for this innovation. Anyway, just let me go back to your question, sir. I should have to tell you that you see, the issue of stakeholders that prompted this project precisely is the Omo Offa. Let me simply first of all introduce Omo Offa Development Union. It operates, you know, it operates in it's an incorporated trustee of an organization that is non-governmental, non-profit oriented company, and of course non-political. It comprises of intellectuals, professionals in science, technology, and innovation, headed by Dr. Engineer Olabisi. Now, going back to your question, stakeholders too, I want to draw your attention to the amalgamation of Nigeria as a nation. We learned a lot from the failure of Nigeria, and that's why we went into stakeholders potential agreement. Nigeria, at the point of coming together, did not have any document of this nature. They just came together without having any agreement. And that's where we have, 25 years ago now, that's where we are still where we are today. So with this union, it is so deep that we should have a kind of stakeholders consensus agreement, which involves our local offer, the Omo Offa, and its council members. It involves of the Central Union, which comprises of all social associations in Offa, including the student union, market women, and all, you know. So it comprises of a government itself, which is the government of the day. So, stakeholders. This is why we didn't wait to bring
the question I'm asking, sir, and I was hoping that you would get there. The question I'm asking is, what's been the reception? What's the reception like? How are the people receiving it? What are the people looking forward to about the project?
It was welcome with every government community member.
Okay.
Has accepted this program with all pleasure.
Okay.
And they are just impatiently waiting for the program to take off.
Okay, wonderful.
So ask him.
Exactly, you know, AVM Olabisi, that reception is important. How the people are receiving it, how they have received it, how they are embracing it, and what are the things that you would expect the people to do more of?
Thank you very much. I think the people are actually excited about this idea of Omo Offa project. We mentioned that there was this important document, the Elite Consensus Agreement. There was a delegation that went to the Oloffa in December last year, even before we started anything, to solicit the support of the community, because we knew without the support of the community, we were going nowhere. So it was the Oloffa and his council of chiefs that now called a meeting of all the eminent personalities and other stakeholders in the community and sold the idea to them. And it was after that this document, elite consensus agreement, because everybody had to sign onto the project, that we are with you and we are going to support this initiative. So it was after we got that consensus agreement from the community that we could proceed with what we were doing, that we actually started. So we did not just start on our own without consultation with the community. And the level of acceptance, I must tell you, is quite impressive, very good.
Right. Dr. Olatinwo, if I may ask, I mean, this probably would not be the first such initiative that is being presented to the Offa people.
That's right.
And, you know, how is this different from other initiatives that have been brought on board by, you know, many other groups from Offa people?
Okay, so very interesting question, and I'm looking at it from the broad perspective that Offa is always, you know, well known for innovative ideas. We're trailblazers in terms of, you know, what we do for the community. So we've got the One Innovation Hub, which is one stands for Offa and environs. So we don't do things just for Offa. That's one, an initiative that was done about 5 years ago. We even came to the studio to talk about it here. We also have the mandates to make Offa as a smart city. We had a retreat last year, just you know, some few months ago, around how to develop Offa further economically and things like that. And we now came up with the concept that we should have a digital strategy, a plan, a roadmap for Offa to get there. And when we talked to all the stakeholders, they said that this particular project that we are doing, Omo Offa, capturing the database for all of our indigenes and residents, stands like almost 50% of what we are talking about when we want to digitalize Offa as a community, as a local government. And this is also riding on the back of the autonomy that Mr. President passed, and they passed into law last year to say the local government will have their autonomy. So when we look at it overall, what we are doing, working with NIMC, the National Identity Management Commission, and even the financial institutions, it's like bringing a new dimension to the way we are managing our community, we are managing our people. So coming back to acceptability, we had a meeting 2 days ago with entire local government, and some of the communities that are around us, they said they would like to be part of this. How do we co-opt them into this? That's to show how much people really love what we're doing now and how much we're laying the foundation for the future for our people and for other initiatives to be on top of it. Like we having a very good footprint, tapping into all the available resources for community development and to showcase to other local governments in Nigeria. So out of the 774, Offa is number 1. And we want to be able to showcase to the remaining 773 to follow. We are willing to help and to support them as well.
Okay. Yeah, so Prof. Surajudeen-Bakinde, if I could come to you there. I don't know how many of you live in Offa that are here with us presently, but there's this thing about, you know, people migrating from so-called you know, communities to maybe bigger cities, let me put it that way. Maybe in Kwara, you'll say they're going to Ilorin or something. I don't know how much bigger, you know, because Ilorin is the capital. People move to Lagos, people move to Ibadan and all that. So I want to believe, who are you doing this for essentially? Is it primarily for the people who presently reside in Offa, or for the people who reside outside of the community, for them to also feel like they belong? Who is this primarily for?
Thank you very much for that question. Omo Offa, which means I am a child of Offa, is a project for all Offa indigenes and residents, all indigenes home and abroad, wherever you are living, wherever you are across the globe. This project is for them. It's not limited to just those that are indigenes and are resident in Offa. It's for both indigenes within and outside the country and residents within the town. Thank you.
Right. So what? Sorry. I mean, what benefits will this be? Apart from the digital hub that's trying to implement, I know there's a building that's going to be commissioned later this month, the Secretariat building. Are we going to be seeing this project drawing people, from abroad to, for yearly festivals that we see other communities, engage in, maybe all those Ojudioba stuff and all that and other things? Do we have plans for that, for getting people from afar to come back home at a certain point in the year to celebrate as Omo Offa, so to speak, for lack of a better way to describe it?
Yeah, thank you very much. This particular project holds the potential for a lot of benefits for the community. What you see in Nigeria today, we are confronted with a myriad of problems. And one of the steps we are taking now is to make sure that we have targeted intervention to make sure that the community develops. Now, one of the critical benefits we are looking at is education. How do we improve the educational system? Because we want to make sure we have a problem of out-of-school children in Nigeria. We don't want to have that problem in Offa. And we believe with this database we are creating, it will give us an idea of where we are currently on the issue of education. One of our plans is that all our schools should be digital schools. And this will involve the support of the government as well as many individuals from the community. We have a lot of graduates who have left university, they don't have jobs. There are opportunities for skill acquisition to make sure that these people are skilled. Because one of the things driving mass poverty in Nigeria is lack of education and lack of skill. So we believe if we are able to address these two issues, it will go a long way in reducing poverty in our society. Traditionally, every December is like a carnival in Offa. Right. People from wherever they are come home. You see most marriages are usually planned for this period because most people come home for festivities, for celebration and all of that. So but we believe this can still be taken a step further with what we are trying to do now, because there are going to be a lot of other developments that will encourage tourism to Offa, so that people who are in the diaspora, when they are coming, can even bring their friends to come and see Nigeria. So that is part of what we are planning for the community. So
I'm assuming, from what EVM said, if people have weddings in December, that means you must have a lot of people born in September in Offa. But that's another matter. You didn't hear what he said. Prof heard it. Yeah. Prof, you heard me. Don't tell them. Don't tell them. I want to ask you this. What's the involvement of financial institutions, and how are you also integrating the legislative arm of the local governments?
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to take the financial institution first. We recognize that we're looking at having this database not just for collecting names and numbers, but also to use it to develop Offa further, infrastructural projects and things like that. And we recognize that we need the backings of the financial institutions to do this. So what we've been talking to some very prominent, perhaps one of the biggest banks in Nigeria, as well as a card issuance company, to partner with us. We've signed the agreement. We're integrating our systems in the back end now. And essentially, what this means is we'll be generating income, revenues from them that we'll put into our projects, infrastructural projects. And this is one of the key things that we realize that we need to do. So we're doing co-branding of the ID card. It's not just going to be an ID card, but also for financial transactions and other things that we're going to be doing together. So that's on one hand. With respect to the legislative arm, we've gone through the chairman of a local government to pass an executive bill to make this as part of the process for them to give out citizenship certificates for anybody coming from Offa. And this is not forcing people, but it is something that we need to do collectively. And based on the level of acceptance of this, we're getting like 100% of acceptance, and we even going to be helping NIMSI to drive the registration of the NIN, which is also supporting the federal government.
How many people are you targeting to bring it under the NIMSI bracket with this?
We're looking at about over 500,000 people.
Okay.
For this.
Now, Prof, let me ask you this. By the way, first of all, has this project been commissioned? If not, when is the commissioning?
No, it's not been commissioned yet. It's been planned for the 28th of December. Like my vice chairman said, AVM Olabisi, you know, this issue of having festival that comes up in Offa every year, we call it Ijakadi. So this, our commissioning, is actually part of the Ijakadi program for this year. It's scheduled for the 28th of December, 2025, the commissioning. The building, the secretariat is already built, equipped with modern day equipment that will enable us to carry out enrollment, capturing and others, and have a solar backup for us to be able to do the work 24/7 if need be.
So everyone is coming in December, and I have to emphasize what AVM said about weddings happening in December.
Yes, very true. Even one is happening from my head also this December.
In December.
So he is very correct.
So by September, anyway. So, okay. So AVM, let me ask you as we close out this conversation. I'll go around the room for this one. Where do you see this Omo Offa project in the next 5 years?
This is a project for the future. Actually, we have our young ones at the center of the program. And what we are trying to do is actually to give impetus to this federal government policy of local government autonomy direct funding. Because the people now will use this as a basis for setting agenda for the local government so that we can identify our priority projects. And you see, we also believe this program will help to change the mentality of Nigerians in the way we participate in community development initiatives. You see somebody living in Lagos, has his business in Lagos, but he does not see himself as part of the Lagos community or the Offa community by contributing to the development of that community. Rather, he will go back to his village where he spends maybe barely 2 weeks in a year and builds large hospitals, big schools there. Meanwhile, his family and children live here. But by the Omo Offa project, it's a bold assertion that whether you are residents or indigenes, you are all Offa indigenes, and you should identify with the community and contribute to the development of that community, so that all of us together can benefit from the development and progress of the community. So regardless of where you come from, once you have that Omo Offa identification, you are as good as any indigene from the community.
Okay, Alhaji Olabi, where do you see this project in the next 5 years?
There is this acronym that says Offa will become a smart city by the year 2030. So in the next 5 years from now, we hope to see our primary schools going smart. A place where when a child leaves his parents owe the money, they get to the school. When they get to the school, the parents can be sure that the child is at school by the clocking inside.
Okay.
Because they are all going digital. And by the time he leaves the school in the afternoon, the parents knows when the child has left the school, he is expecting that child within the specific time from the school to the house.
All right.
And they are not, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Prof, where do you see this project in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, I see this project taking Offa to the next level. Offa is a town that has different other communities around. You know, when we mentioned about signing a consensus with the Olaffa of Offa and his high chief councils, and also the neighboring communities were carried along. in the next 5 years, I see this project assisting with the elderly, the downtrodden who cannot afford to pay for their education, those who have some healthcare issues and could not afford to treat, will have means of taking care of that. In the next 5 years, like Elijah Olabi said, we want to have a smart offer, that we have our processes being digitalized, and then we have data-driven decision will be taken by the local government authority to be able to assist offer in the development, to have a prosperous community. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Olatinwo.
Yeah, very quickly, to build on what they've all said, I see these as also helping to reduce devices in the community, security issues, safety issues. These are the things that we believe the Omo Offa would help in kind of eliminating from society. Also, we're supporting the federal government. So we want Offa to be the first community to have 100% of registration of NIN in Nigeria. And these would help with proper poverty reduction and all the key things that the government is trying to work on, humanitarian services and the like, community development, infrastructural development, and everywhere being like, having all the bells and whistles.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you to talk about this, I must dare say, important project to offer people. AVM AbdulGaniyu Olabisi, retired Vice Chairman and member of the Board of Trustees, Omo Offa Project. Thank you so much for joining us today. Dr. Taofeeq Olatinwo, also Board of Trustees member. Thank you so much for talking about this. And of course, virtually we had Professor Nazmat Surajudeen-Bakinde, Secretary General and Board of Trustees member, as well as Alhaji Fatai Owolabi, Director General and Board of Trustees member. Thank you all for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure.
Thank you very much for having us.